just about tea time. It's mid afternoon, and I feel like a nap, but I stopped for coffee in Delaware, where I'm treated like I should be, with respect. I wish all of my experience would end, so I can focus on what I'd like to do to make the world a better place. Who knew getting to first base would be so challenging? I know many view my pipe dream an impossibility, but I don't see it that way. If I'm able to convey the human side instead of an agenda or social issue surrounding the use of art, I think I'll gain some support. It hasn't come yet, and I really don't know what to do next to free myself. And I feel like I'm in a countdown race, but I don't know how much time there is left on the clock. It's a constant stressor that's like a chronic ailment that you're forced to accept, like it or not. I defend God's creation, all plant and animal life, that we witness every day, that is granted His permission to be present wherever and where they choose to be. God clearly wants us all to be free, and we have Mother Nature as the example to live our lives by. The Industrial Revolution made the world's elite class, and having money wasn't just reserved for royalty anymore. A few more than before monopolized industries and created products much cheaper than ever before. We are on the cusp of a change to a free economy because automation means there is no labor cost of producing or manufacturing goods. This reality makes once valuable workers obsolete, and that makes those already in economic slavery have a newfound purposelessness and find themselves of little value in the world and without a voice or influence either. Social media gives us an illusion of importance and value and is a substitute for the real thing, which stems from core values grounded with integrity and character. When you are consistent and do well by others, even the most venomous snake stretches out for a nap in the sun. You can't be angry forever unless you're Bill or Patty with Arvin manipulating everything and making everyone unhappy and confused. Because all feelings are temporary, and we live life on a roller coaster blindfolded, reacting to stimuli as it presents itself, we must have knowledge of change existing in the universe. Not ever will one singular thing ever be the joy or ruin of oneself. So we must not fixate on one thing too much. We must ask ourselves if this is the hill we want to die on. And in most every case, we'd rather survive. surviving in the 21st century has an important new element different from the last century, which was independence. Interconnectedness and mutual understanding creates a belief and faith in possibilities. The world honestly hasn't dramatically changed in nearly 100 years. People had cars and homes and toys and tailored clothes. Government has restricted progress by keeping inventions to itself that could free the people. America's addiction to a rerun show known as the nightly news could become a real educational platform, raising everyone's consciousness and helping us find more clearly our true purpose of existence, being of assistance. It's difficult to put into words the internal reward and reinforcement that makes us feel good. It's been forever since the world felt good together. It might have been 1969 when man faked conquering something bold and beautiful. Government has had enough practice and getting it wrong. Now might be the perfect time to be bold and beautiful because there's nothing stopping us. They could certainly try it out for a time period and see how it feels. We get used to the shoes we're wearing, and new ones could give blisters and sores. But with a new pair of kicks, you get noticed more. I've never been one for fashion and don't put a ton of emphasis on what I wear on the outside because the world is always seeing my inside. What you see is what you get, and ulterior motive doesn't exist in my life. Sadly, for almost a full decade, everyone has seen the surface as the whole, and in my heart has grown a hole. It's difficult to trust or rely on anyone but myself, and I've learned that it is the way life is. Relying on others for what you need is a fool's dream. But when the magic of miracles happen and our burden is lightened, we are grateful. We must remember that the devil gives you what you want, and God works through other people. If we only achieve our own desires in life, how useful are we to the whole of society? We find imposed isolation counterintuitive to our mammalian need for community. We must rekindle natural instinct to be close with one another. It is a way that we show we care. The mask coverings conceal the person's mood. And if you can't read someone, what's the point in even looking? We need to end the ignoring of each other as we pass by. We must listen and hear and understand and become all connected and reconnected. Have a good evening, guys. Have some faith. It's okay. You'll be all right.